Yo, what is good, guys? This is JDZero bringing you a part 2 to the 100 win streak battle spot. And basically, if you have not seen the last part of the 100 battle spot win streak, the last battle that we had was pretty much to the point where we basically won the match, but you didn't get to see it. But we did win the match, and I will show it up here that we did win the match. But it was on the layout, and you see the layout right now. It says 2-3 wins. But yeah, we did win the match. As you seen from the last part of that video, of that last match, it was Blastoise versus Gorgeist, and basically I used Dark Paws to take it out, and then he sends out his last Pokemon, and it was a Gengar, and then I take it out with a Dark Paws. Other than that, we pretty much won that one. So we're just gonna go with our another five battles again for about this 100 win streak today, and connection is being really dumb. And just to let you guys know, this actually is kind of more of a like recreate, no, not repre, it's somewhat pre-recorded of the recording that I did, because if anything, when I was recording this, I noticed I had the mic on, so I'm guessing it did record with my mic on, but some odd reason it didn't, and I'm trying to figure out why it did not record. It should have recorded, had my mic on, but it didn't record. So here we go, trying to record this right now, trying to re-record this right now, and well, basically doing voice overlay record of everything, and try to have it is basically what I'm basically re-saying to on this video as well. So, and we're just trying to wait for this connection to reconnect, and I finally get the connection to the point where it does reconnect, but it takes a while. I guess the internet is being wonky a little bit, so I won't be able to reconnect. And now we have the point where if it does reconnect later, if it does connect, let's see if it connects, because it's gonna connect soon. Okay, so let's see if it's going to connect. So I'm guessing I'm gonna probably be able to, if anything, during this video, after I basically edit this video and then rendering it, because I know I'm gonna probably have to re-render this multiple times, because I had Glitch City music playing over this, and I was listening to Glitch City music while I was playing this. So, and if I can't get that to play through the audio, that really sucks, and I'm gonna have to really add the music on here as well to render that music onto here, so that even more kills it. So we do get the internet to connect, and I'm getting to the part where I'm gonna show you that the fact that I have 2 wins and 3 losses, like it shows it up right here on the layout that I have 2-3, or getting through all the little stuff here. just getting all through this little stuff here, and just trying to connect, and there we go. Get to our team there. So I know it kind of sounds like it's kind of how slow, but here we go. See, so I have the 2 wins and I have the 3 losses, and it was 5 battles. So letting you know that I did have 5 battles in total, and I have 2 losses. I have 2 wins and then 3 losses. So basically, just to not say I was cheating and didn't win that match, but I did win that match. And so here we are in our 6th battle, and this looks like a threatening team, but it's really to the point where, depending on how good of a player plays the game, not good at how the player plays the game, but in a way, it's like most people said, like I think like the Heated Mo said, is more like luck when it comes down to it. If anything, when it comes down to Pokemon, it's more of luck. And you'll see right here when I say it comes down to more to luck, in a way, when it comes down to Pokemon, because you have to like, okay, I had to hit this. If I don't hit this right, I'm not gonna get this, the results from this, if it doesn't hit. But it's all have to do with luck when it comes down to it. So as I remember, I think I started off with TheJDzero. If I'm not mistaken, I think I lead off with TheJDzero. Let's see. I do lead off with TheJDzero, and I think my opponent leads off with the Blaziken. And I think I went for Stealth Rocks. I'm pretty sure I went for Stealth Rocks. But you know how people said Pokemon is a strategy? Pokemon is a strategy, but it also relies on luck when it comes down to it. I think I went for the Toxic or Stealth Rocks. Let's see what happens. What did I do? Did I go for the Stealth Rock, or did I go for Toxic? Let's see. Survey says and this is a Mega Blaziken. Just to let you guys know, it is a Mega Blaziken, and I just also made a prediction that it was a Mega Blaziken. So I do see the Mega Evolution happening. There you go. There's that Mega Evolution. And I went for Protect. Yes, I now clearly remember I do go for the Stealth Rocks because I predicted, hey, he will go for the Protect. Why did I say predict? So I predict that he went for Protect to get the speed boost, and I went for Stealth Rocks. But this time I went for the EQ because I know eventually, if anything, that's whatever he does now is gonna be basically be able to outspeed me. He does knock me down to my focus size because he did land the high jump kick. I go for the EQ. EQ was able to take out the Mega Blaziken, and with one swoop, I was like, thank you, Tripod, the TheJDzero. Thank you for helping me. I needed you for that. Thank you. You take out the 1/3 that I need you to take out. So here's the problem with this. When I ran into the Bisharp, I was like, oh, if I go for the EQ, he's gonna pretty much Sucker Punch because I know these things run Sucker Punch. Let me just do a little Toxic testing of the situation. I know it's not gonna be affected by Toxic, but I was like, throw out Toxic, see what happens. I should have just switched. That's what I feel like should have happened. I feel like I should have just switched and first, saved it for a quick second and then switch out into a different Pokemon that might be able to take a Sucker Punch. But that was not the case of this. So if this was not the case, I was gonna be like, well, I'll just go ahead and sack it off. Why not? Just go ahead and sack it off. I don't care. I already got it to the point where it's a little bit damaged, just Life Force set. I don't really care, because I know what is gonna take this thing out, and that's my Tritonitar. It's not gonna be outswept by this Bisharp. I am gonna go for an EQ. It does stay in. I'm surprised that it stayed in and took my EQ. I mean, it wasn't gonna really survive that EQ. It was a dark type. It's not gonna survive it. I was hoping that he would go for a Sucker Punch, but he decided to not to go for the Sucker Punch, and decided to just go ahead and sack off his his Bisharp. So he sends out the Dragonite, and this was the point where I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't really do anything now. He has the Dragonite out. I can't EQ this Dragonite. That kind of sucks. So I decided to switch out into Alakazam, because I know Alakazam won't be able to take out handle this Dragon Outrage and stuff. I was like, well, if that's the case, let me just sack off Alakazam, because he's definitely not going to take this Outrage. And then bring back my Tritonitar and say, okay, now since it's a little bit more damaged off, all I need to do is really Stealth Rocks. If I can land the Stealth Rock, I mean not the Stealth Rock, but if I can land a Stone Edge, I pretty much win this match, and I get a third win onto my to my layout, and I'll get a third win to my layout. So I do able to take out the Dragonite and get my third win, and now I'm at 3-3. So I'm like pretty much like a draw right now at 3-3, and I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm at 3. That's nice. I don't have to worry, because I'm at 3. And here we go to the 7th match, where this was kind of a little bit more to the point where I feel like it was a more threatening team as well. If anything, lately it's just been like mostly threatened teams, and other than that, it's from Japan. It's like that's all I'm guessing is people from Japan, and they look like they have some threatening teams, but somehow I feel like I'm gonna overcome these threatening teams in the first place. Ooh, hopefully I could overcome all these teams. Really, I really do. I really do. So yeah, like I said, guys, this is just, it's been like super crazy for a match. So here's this threatening team that I was talking about, the whole intake. Basically a Regice and Salamence, Greninja, Cacleon, and a Alakazam. I mean, so far it looked threatening at first, but once I got into the match, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is very interesting. I wasn't expecting that, and I was expecting him to send out a Regice, but that wasn't even the case either. And what was this, like the 7th match, right? Yeah, because I said that we had 3-3. Yeah, so this is like our 7th match, and I was like, I just don't know. I don't know about this team right here. At this moment, I was like, this is the 7th match, and I don't know. I just don't know. I'm too scared. I just don't know. And I was like, no, I don't know. I just don't know. And I forget what I sent out. I think I sent out a tripod again. Oh, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. It's like probably like 4 o'clock in the morning right now that I'm doing this. Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the morning I'm doing this. But I think I sent out I sent out I sent out my tripod. Yeah, I sent out the trio, and the opponent sends out a Alakazam, as I remember. So, yep, it sends out Alakazam. I sent out the trio, and what was it? Did I go for spikes or did I go for Stealth Rocks or did I go for Toxic? Why did it feel like I went for Toxic, but I went for... I think I went for Stealth. No, actually, I went for Stealth Rock because I think it was gonna go for a Protect as well as the last match that happened to me again. So I'm thinking like the same thing is gonna happen here, where they're gonna go for Protect, and I went for Stealth Rocks to predict the fact that they were gonna go for that Protect, and I did. It traces my ability. He went for Protect. Yeah, like I said, I did like 2 Protect predictions there. But what I didn't know that this thing would have was an Encore move. And I feel like this is a pretty cool setup for an Encore set. The Encore me into Stealth Rocks. So that was pretty cool play, because at least this thing can outspeed my TheJDzero and do such a moveset like that. I was like, I'm gonna have to run something like that, because that's a perfectly good play when you're dealing with certain Pokemon. I was like, that is not bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, this wasn't a bad Alakazam. For a Mega Alakazam, that wasn't a bad trick that he pulled though. And the fact that I couldn't switch made it even all harder because I couldn't switch. And so all I could do was Stealth Rocks. I couldn't switch because he traced my ability, and it was at a stalemate where I couldn't do anything, and I had to wait until my Stealth Rocks run out. And then eventually he knocked me down to my Focus Blast. Knocked me down to my Focus Slash, and he basically kills me off with a Psychic because I just can't do anything. We were at a stalemate, and I didn't want to sack off any of my other Pokemon because of it. So he goes Psychic, gets a crit. The crit didn't really matter because I was at 1 HP anyway. It didn't really matter at all. So I set up my Tyranitar because I was hoping that he will probably switches out or something, but he decided to stay in, and I was like, okay, so he wants to stay in. He wants to see what's gonna happen. And of course, I'm thinking like, you know what? I might as well EQ. It's weak enough for me to really EQ it. Probably gonna be a 2-hit KO because at least the sand is up and it should do somewhat damage to the point where I should be able to do a 2-hit KO like that. And what was the move that he do? He goes for Protect. That was the case. So he goes for Protect. He sees that I did EQ, but he didn't know the fact that I was faster than his Alakazam. That was the point where he pretty much put a mistake into it. So he encores me into EQ, but I was like, that was your bad mistake right there. You EQ me to, you encore me into an EQ move that I'm already Choice Scarf into in the first place. So I was gonna hit EQs for days anyway. So I finally got the EQ again. He tried to Focus Blast, but Tyranitar nope, dodge, EQs again, taking out the Alakazam, and that's 1 down. Alakazam out of the way, don't need you in my face anymore, said the Tritanosaur. And then Tritanosaur is now against this little Kakion, and I was like, Kakion, I don't know why you in this match right now. You don't even need to be in my face. So he sends it out, and I was like, literally, this thing does not need to be in my face. So what I do is EQ it. Doesn't do too much to, I think it does one-shot it. Does it one-shot it? Because I know the sand did some little bit of damage there, but it wasn't able to one-shot it. It was only able to get to the point where it could be double, like 2-hit KO basically. Like 2 hits to actually KO this thing. And he did power up punch. Power up punch did a lot, but not to the point where I wouldn't still be able to EQ it to death. Because like I said, Encore didn't really matter. I was pretty much already locked into EQ in the first place. So Encore me into EQ didn't really matter. He goes for the Sucker Punch. It doesn't do too much damage. It does too much to the point where it got me to a low HP, like 20, was it 21 or 11, somewhere around there. But it pretty much dropped me a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where I was gonna, die off or anything. Was it, how much HP? If my bar shows up, how much was it? 11 HP. It basically dropped me to 11 HP, and I was like, Tritanosaur is gonna survive this because he's a survivor. And I pretty much EQ'd the Snapples out of this freaking intake, and the intake said, no, I'm gonna survive and get that little citrus berry. And then he decided to go for his I don't even know how to pronounce the move, but it's like the other version of Earthquake, but not too strong basically. And I was like, okay, well then Alakazam can finish the job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Alakazam finishing the job. I mean, if anything, my Tritanosaur was pretty much VIP at the moment until he gets dropped by this freaking intake. So that was pretty good. So Alakazam saved the day, and that gave me another win. So now I was at 4 wins to 3 losses, and that was just the 7th battle. That was just the 7th battle, you know? And now we're about to go into our 8th battle here, what even seals the deal even more, where I thought that it was more of a threat, but it ends up not being a threat. You guys are gonna see right here what I mean by, dude, this literally looks like a threat, but I still came out banging. So let's go ahead, select the Pokemon, and but like I say, guys, before I start repeating myself all over and over, because I am gonna repeat myself all over again, it's about to happen. Basically, since now I have a schedule to upload again for the 3 days again, but not gonna upload more than probably 2 videos. I'll probably be able to upload 2 videos a day, because it's just, I'm a little bit free now to upload more than 2 videos a day. So here's the threat I was telling you about, but at least this time it wasn't too threatening. Other than that, going back to being a little bit more free, if anything, you're gonna see more of these videos for the next 2 days. But yeah, it's just if anything, I will probably try to get more of the my ads version up as well. I'll try to get it up Monday, if anything, because I think that's probably the time I should be able to get it up. If anything, I will have to check my next week's schedule afterwards, but I know for this week I am free to upload at least 2 more videos of these, Wednesday and Thursday, so that's a good thing. And I will have it scheduled to upload for those days. So I'm just scouting his team, trying to figure out what he might choose and what he might not choose. And like I said, it was the threat that I was worried about, because he had this Azumarill, and I was like, there's no way he's not gonna send out his Azumarill, because I was like, well, I could pit out Gengar if he does pit out Azumarill, but I decided to go with Tripod because I feel like if this was the case, I think Tripod will save me. And if Tripod saves me, then he saves me for this 8th match that we're about to have right now. And this will give me my 5th win here. So it's our 8th match. And I'm trying to get this 5th win here. I go for the Toxic. Gets a little bit poison. He's affected. He goes for the knockoff to knock off my focus slash. It doesn't knock it off. It does knock it off, but at least it got me down to 1 HP to save me. If anything, I do go for the reversal, and I said it wasn't gonna really do as much damage if I did go for the reversal. So I went for the reversal. It still didn't do enough. It is poison, so it's weak enough to the point where it could get one-shotted anyway. So I basically sent out my Alakazam because I know my Alakazam could pretty much one-shot it at least at this close range anyway. And that's what I did. If anything, no other Pokemon should be able to take out Alakazam at this moment, at this full HP. So I used Psychic. It was about to take it out, but when he used knockoff, it pretty much took out Alakazam. So I was like, that kind of sucks. I was hoping not to, lose this Alakazam. I was hoping to keep this Alakazam into play, but as long as the fact that Azumarill was out of play, I'm pretty much good. I'm safe. I don't have to worry about it. And then here is the point where I was like, okay, here he goes. He's gonna send out Staraptor, and this is a shiny Staraptor, and I was like, oh, you bring back memories of Staraptor when I had the shiny Staraptor in the black and white series of the game. And it really brings back memories. So I was like, well, not black and white, I think it was more of the Diamond and Pearl when that was a good one. And I went for Stone Edge to take out the Staraptor, and it does one-shot it, so that was good. And then I came up upon the Charizard that I was hoping that it would probably be between the Charizard Y or the Charizard X. And lately it seems like I've been guessing a lot of Charizard X instead of Charizard Y. But I do land a Stone Edge against this Charizard X, and surprisingly it did a good amount, and I'm like, this is no way it should do this good of amount. And it's supposed to be like highly defensive type Charizard, and it's not even highly defensive. Watch what I say. Oh, I avoided the first move. I avoided the first hit. That's what I remembered. I'm sorry guys, I avoided the first hit. He does get a little bit of damage off, but once I like I said, I was like trying to do some other stuff, but then I was like, let me hit the second Stone Edge, and see if it lands, and it lands and it one-shots it, and I was like, oh no way, it one-shot this thing. I was like, that is too much power. There should have been some good defensive, because I'm like, if anything, Charizard X shouldn't get one-shotted. It should be Charizard Y that should get one-shotted, and this thing gets one-shotted. Oh my gosh, he must have put the wrong IVs in this Pokemon. So that means I get the 5th win on my 8th match, and I was like, yes, 5th to 3, so 5 to 3 matches, and I got 8, and there's been only 8 matches, and I got 5 to 3. So now we're on to our 9th match that we're about to do, and it's gonna be even more crazy because it looks even more threatening yet again. Oh my gosh, it looks so threatening again and again and again, and it's tired. It's just like, you don't know, you just don't know. It just looks super threatening, and I'm surprised such a team like this that looks super threatening. So we're getting another person from Japan, but look at this team when it appears. Oh my Lanta, look at this team when it appears. Look at this team. So this girl from Japan has a Mawile, a Polygon 2, a Cresselia, a Garchomp, Thundurus, and Gengar. And now there's 3 possible Megas, and just letting you guys know, it was the Mawile. I already knew it. I was like, I'm checking those attentions. I know it, and it's just like, what could I do? It's a Mega Mawile. All I could do is probably EQ it, and EQ it probably would just take it out. There's no way EQ wouldn't take it out. The fact that it's a fairy type and, you know, a steel type, that kind of pretty much covers it. I wish I had some fire type moves, because the fire type move would have did a lot more damage than the earthquake, if anything. But it was just like, think, what should I do? What should I go for? What moves should I pick? You know, and once I finally figured it out, I was like, okay, this is the plan to go to work, and this is how I'm going to do so. And here we go to the point where eventually my recording is gonna eventually stop, but it's not gonna show it like how it is. It's gonna stop, but we're gonna go onto it. Watch, it looks like it's gonna stop, right? It's gonna go stop. Wait for it. There we go. There's the stop, and there we go again. So it basically looks like it stopped, but it didn't stop. It pretty much did stop there, but then it goes back onto it because I hit the record again. But like I said, she did go for the Mawile to lower my attack with the Intimidate. We did go for the I think it was the Stealth Rocks? I think it was. It does go for the Mega, so I was like, okay, I know it went for the Mega, and I was like, well, I like Mawile. Mawile was my favorite Pokemon in 3rd gen. It was, you know, and the fact of the matter that I got a Mega Evolution made it even more my favorite. But the fact that it became an Uber, that's what I hate, because I think, like, well, what, you could do damage to this Pokemon. There's no way you can't do out damage to this Pokemon. It has Sucker Punch. It took out my tripod. That's what made me mad, because I was like, I wasn't expecting it would be like that. It'd be another freaking Sucker Punch freaking Pokemon that would just use that to his advantage, and I was like, that kind of sucks. So I sent out Tritanitar because I know Mawile is not gonna really do anything to my Tritanitar, and then I realized, wait, it could have Play Rough. It probably could have Play Rough. I don't know. I go for the EQ, It doesn't take it out. It pretty much puts it out to the point where it could be a 2-hit KO. And that happens. I get play rough. And I knew this thing would have play rough. So now it's like Alakazam against the world, basically. At this moment in time, in this ninth matchup against this person, against her Mawile and everything, I'm gonna have to deal with this. I'm just gonna have to deal with this. So, since the Mawile was weak enough where I could outspeed and kill it off, that was a plus. Now I have to deal with the next two party teams here, and that's a Thundurus. And I was like, glad that I have the almighty Hidden Power Ice on my Alakazam. Thank Arceus that I have this move, you know. If without Hidden Power Ice, I think I would have been done for, you know. I could literally see me being done for. So I land this Hidden Power Ice, taking out the Thundurus. Nice and clean. Thundurus, you're gone. You're out of my face. You don't have to worry. I'm just living on full HP. You can't do snap to me. Then this thing comes out, and I was like, it had to be a Garchomp. Of all Garchomps, it had to be a Garchomp. So I Hidden Power Iced it, and it one-shots. Just like that. One shot. Literally one shot. And I was like, well, that kind of considered the, 6 wins now? So basically now I hit 6 wins off of this ninth battle that I just had. And I was like, cool, so I have 6-3. So I have 6 wins, 3 losses. Let's just see what our 10th battle will give us, you know? What our 10th battle will be, to the point where I might lose or might win. What will happen? Would I get a 7th win, or would I get a 4th loss? So here we go, getting ready for the last 10th battle here, 10th round here, and here we go with another threatening Pokemon team that I just feel like, dude, you need to stop coming at me with these threatening Pokemon, because it literally looks super threatening. And it's just Japan is just coming out with these people that look super threatening, and I was like, jeez. And it turns out to be 3 Megas, one being Salamence, one being Blaziken, and one being Aggron, and it's Crab Hammer looking Kingler, Agent Slash, and then the Espeon. So I was like, okay, I'm not worried about the Kingler, I was just worried about the other threats here, because I could feel like Magic Bounce, freaking, you know, Espeon could play a good part in this, because I'm like, well, if I send out, you know, if it's checking what I have, he might see the fact that I have the trio, and then I also have the you know, Tritentator, because one's rock, one's you know, ground, because if anything they can run possible Stealth Rock. And that's what I was thinking, you know. I'm not thinking about Kingler at the time. I'm just not really thinking about Kingler. There's no way Kingler could do anything towards me, right? And I literally thought wrong. Like, this is look what's about to happen. I'm not thinking that at all. I choose out my Caesar, and I try to make it evolve my Caesar, and then I go for Sword Stance, you know, try to get some, you know, boost. But the fact that it sent out this Kingler was surprisingly shocking to me. And like you heard me earlier, Crab Hammer freaking Kingler. Oh my God, it was choice scarf. I need to calculate how much speed this thing has, cause it literally outspeeded the last two mons that I had in this thing, and I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. No, I think it outspeed all three actually. Yeah, it outspeeds all three. Oh my gosh. So I sword stance, and I feel like I should have U-turned at this moment in time. But I decided to go for a bullet punch because I was like, there's no way. There's just no way. It literally, well, I didn't go for bullet punch this time because I thought like, well, let me just get a greedy and do another +2 sword stance, so I'd be at +4 and then bullet punch. But I feel like I should have just U-turned. If anything, I feel like I should have just U-turned. I feel like U-turn could have did more damage. I should have did more damage. But he decided to go for another crab hammer, and literally this choice scarf crab hammer. Look at this. Not even Tritenosaur can outspeed this crab hammer, and not even Alakazam can outspeed this crab hammer. And I'm like, choice scarf crab hammer. How much speed does Kingler have? Because oh my god, dude, look, it outspeeds Alakazam. And Crab Hammer did one hit KO. Like, dude, this is crazy. And like I said, I have a choice scarf Tritenosaur, and Tritenosaur cannot outspeed this Crab Hammer wielding choice scarf Kingler. It's crazy, I'm telling you. Oh my god, I went for EQ, and what did I get out of that EQ? A crab hammer. A crab hammer to the face, and said, no, you're not gonna get an EQ. You're done. You're over. It's not happening. And it's on. It's just done. It's just done. As simple as that. You're just done. So that was the end of that 10th battle. I have lost that battle. That was a 4th loss to me, and there you go. There you go, guys. 6 out of 4 losses. I have 6 wins out of 4 losses, and that was pretty much end of the 10th round of this road to 100 win streak. And like I said, guys, if you want to see more of this, because I will be uploading more of this during the Wednesday and Thursday, and I will be uploading another set of videos for the Nuzlocke for my Ash version, Pokemon Ash version thing, and I will upload that. If you guys do enjoy, like this, bash the like button, comment, share it, and you know, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. But other than that, what else I was gonna say? I think that's pretty much all I was gonna say, right? Oh yeah, and I was still if I still upload anything else, I will probably upload something that you guys won't expect. It's not gonna be Pokemon, if anything, but it will be something new to the channel. Probably later on, but it will be new. But like I said, guys, bye.